The Last Supper is one of the most famous moments in the Bible, but it's also one of the most emotional. We often see it as a formal, almost static event. But if we could step into that room, we'd feel something entirely different. This wasn't just a meal. It was a moment filled with fear, confusion, anxiety, and profound love. When we look at it through a mental health lens, we see something powerful. Jesus meets people right in the middle of their emotional chaos. Imagine the scene. The disciples are gathered around Jesus for what they think is just another Passover meal. But the air is thick with unspoken tension. Jesus knows what's coming. He knows betrayal is just hours away, that fear is rising in the hearts of his closest friends. He knows their world is about to fall apart. In that room, you have a mix of emotions that looks a lot like what many of us carry today. Some disciples are anxious, others are confused. Some are probably trying to act strong, while others are just pretending everything is fine. It's a room full of people trying to hold it all together, just like us. Then, right in the middle of the meal, Jesus says something that shatters the fragile peace. "One of you will betray me." The room freezes. Can you imagine the shock? The disciples look at each other, then at themselves, their minds racing. They start questioning, doubting, and worrying. This moment reveals something crucial about how Jesus handles difficult emotions. He doesn't avoid hard conversations. He brings the painful truth into the open, because that's where healing can actually begin. So many of us hide our struggles because we're afraid of judgment. But Jesus creates a space where honesty, even the ugly kind, is safe. Before this intense moment, Jesus did something else completely unexpected. He got down on his knees and washed his disciples' feet. This wasn't just an act of service. It was a powerful act of emotional grounding. In that simple, humble action, he was communicating something deep. He was saying, "You are valued. You are loved. You are safe with me right here, right now. You don't have to earn my acceptance." For anyone dealing with stress, insecurity, or a heavy heart, this is such a beautiful reminder. Love meets us where we are, not where we pretend to be. As the meal continues, Jesus takes the bread, breaks it, and shares the cup. He tells them, "This is my body and my blood given for you." Notice who he says it's for. Not for perfect people. Not for those who never struggle or who have it all figured out. It's for them. For us. For people who doubt, who fear, who worry, and who sometimes fall apart. The Last Supper is Jesus looking at his broken, confused friends and saying, "I know your weaknesses. I know your failures, and I am not leaving you." Jesus looks around the table and sees the fear in their eyes. He sees their troubled hearts. So he speaks directly to that anxiety. He says, "Do not let your hearts be troubled." He doesn't say this because their problems are small or because everything is about to get easy. He says it because they are not alone. He promises them peace, his presence, and a future filled with hope. He doesn't dismiss their emotions. He acknowledges them and offers a better anchor. So, what's the mental health message for us from the Last Supper? It's that it's okay to feel afraid. The disciples did. It's okay to be confused. They had no idea what was really happening. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. Jesus never shamed them for their feelings. Instead, he sat with his friends in their fear. He showed them that community matters, that we don't have to face our hardest nights alone. And ultimately, he proved that love is stronger than fear, that true compassion can steady a shaking heart. The Last Supper isn't just a historical event. It's a timeless picture of emotional honesty, deep connection, and unconditional grace. If you've ever felt like one of those disciples at the table, anxious, confused, overwhelmed, or just unsure of the future, this story whispers something gentle to you today. You are not alone. You are not too much for God to handle. You are not forgotten. Jesus meets people right where they are, even in rooms filled with fear. And he still does today. Thanks for watching.